Secret investigation tactics of a benefit fraud investigator, 5 questions answered. Part 1. If you are suspected of a benefit fraud, you need to watch this. I've represented hundreds of benefit fraud suspects from interviews under caution to court and trial, and this is me sharing what I know. In this video, part 1, I'm going to answer 5 common questions to help you understand the 3 common benefit fraud offences benefit fraud investigators investigate, the covert powers used by benefit fraud investigators, and what you should do if you are ever suspected of benefit fraud. In part 2, I explain the secrets of a benefit fraud interview under caution, 10 questions answered. And in part 3, I explain 7 successful defences to a benefit fraud charge. So please watch all the posts in the series. Don't forget, if you like this content and you want to know more, please subscribe and follow for more. And also don't forget to comment and share your thoughts and insights in the comment section. Question 1. Which benefits are commonly subject to benefit fraud investigations? Certain benefits are frequently scrutinised for potential benefit fraud, including housing benefit, council tax benefit, income support, job seekers allowance, and universal credit, and not forgetting PIP, which is a big focus on at the moment, even though there are reports this is a non-issue. Allegations against you can arise in many ways, but 7 are mentioned here. 1. Non-disclosure of living arrangements, that is, not reporting changes in living arrangements to continue receiving benefits as a single person when your partner has moved in. 2. False disability claims, claiming disability benefits by providing false information about a medical condition. 3. Fictitious dependents, claiming benefits for non-existent or ineligible dependents. 4. Identity fraud, using someone else's identity or false identification documents to fraudulently claim benefits. 5. Unreported employment, failing to declare employment while receiving unemployment benefits. 6. Hidden savings or assets, concealing savings or assets to continue receiving means-tested benefits. And 7. Benefit swapping, illegally transferring benefit entitlements between ineligible individuals. These allegations would be the basis of a formal benefit fraud investigation and later a benefit interview under caution. Question 2. What are the common benefit fraud offences which benefit fraud investigators investigate? There are several benefit fraud offences, but 3 are mentioned here. A. Dishonestly making a false statement to obtain benefits. Section 11A of the Social Security Administration Act 1992. B. Dishonestly failing to promptly notify a change of circumstance to obtain benefits. Section 112 of the Social Security Administration Act 1992. And C. Fraud by false representation. Section 2 of the Fraud Act 2006. The benefit fraud investigators gather evidence with the aim to assess whether you were dishonest when you initially claimed benefits, what you did or did not do when you initially claimed benefits and completed that benefit application form, and or whether you knew or were required to notify the benefit office of the change of circumstances, that is, what you did or did not do when there was a change of your circumstances. In other words, benefit fraud investigators are trying to establish if there is any evidence of your dishonesty and or guilty knowledge. Question 3. How do benefit agencies identify a suspected benefit fraudster? Investigations into benefit fraud is largely shrouded in secrecy. Benefit agencies use huge powers available to them to identify and gather evidence of suspected benefit fraud wrongdoers and use various methods to identify potential benefit fraudsters. 5 methods to identify potential benefit fraudsters are mentioned. 1. Anonymous tip-offs. These might come from members of the public. That might be your neighbour, your so-called friends, your work colleagues, even from your family. All may report their suspicions that you are a benefit fraudster through the government hotlines. 2. Targeted data scans. Agencies often cross-reference information between government databases, such as HMRC records, to detect discrepancies into benefit claims made. So, for example, a scan of a payroll to check any inconsistencies with the content of a benefit claim made by you and which you completed that you are unemployed. 3, compliance meetings with a benefit worker. Sometimes the benefit agency's worker might request further information from you in writing or in a meeting to ensure you are complying with the conditions of the entitlement of that particular benefit. Any information you provide or fail to provide when compared with other information in their possession might be used to identify you as a suspected benefit fraudster. 4, surveillance. Directed surveillance is about watching your home and your movements, combined with data analysis may be used. So, for example, such methods might be used to verify your living arrangements and whether you are living with someone who you have not told the benefit agency about, or whether you are genuinely disabled and unable to work. In really serious cases, benefit investigators also carry out dawn raids with police officers using court-approved search warrants to enter your home and seize letters, phones, and other items, as well as to carry out arrests. And 5, social media posts and online profiles. If your social media posts are not consistent with your claim for benefits, this evidence may be used against you. So, for example, video clips and holiday snaps posted on social media accounts of you partying might not suggest you are as ill or as disabled as you're making yourself out to be to work. In other posts, I also explore new sweeping plans to give more powers to benefit agencies, including plans to give powers to undertake large-scale data mining of bank accounts and to give benefit officers the power to arrest, similar to police officers. At the moment, benefit workers are reliant on police officers to carry out arrests and searches. Question 4. Which agencies conduct benefit fraud investigations? The agencies responsible for conducting benefit fraud investigations and interviews under caution in the UK include the Department of Work and Pensions, which investigate fraud related to benefits like universal credit and income support, local authorities, which handle fraud investigations for council-administered benefits such as housing benefits and council tax benefit, and HMRC, which investigates tax credit and child benefit fraud. If flagged by one of these benefit agencies, bodies and organisations, a formal investigation may be initiated and you may be contacted to attend a benefit fraud interview under caution. And if that happens, you will receive a formal letter called an interview under caution, an IUC notice. This letter will outline the date, time, and location of the interview, the nature of the allegation against you, a reminder of your legal rights, including the right to legal representation at the interview under caution. And to be clear, a benefit fraud IUC means you are suspected of committing a criminal offence related to benefit fraud, not that you are guilty of a benefit fraud offence. Guilt is determined by the court. And question 5, do you have to attend a benefit fraud interview under caution? Now, most benefit fraud interviews under caution are voluntary interviews. This means you are not compelled to attend the interview. It's by arrangement. If you fail to attend on the date and time and place of the interview, this is unlikely to lead to your arrest unless it is a particularly serious benefit fraud case. Now, depending on the benefit subject to the allegation of benefit fraud, these interviews under caution can take place at the job centre, at the local town hall, or even at the police station. At the first sign of a letter requesting your attendance at a voluntary interview under caution by arrangement, consider contacting your solicitor who you know and trust and who has extensive experience in attending and representing clients suspected of benefit fraud. Ask about their experiences in dealing with benefit fraud cases and how much it will cost you to be represented at the interview under caution if legal aid is not available. Now, your solicitor fulfills a number of really important roles with respect to that interview under caution. 4 are mentioned here. 1. Your solicitor contacts the benefit fraud investigator to obtain important disclosure about the allegation and evidence against you. What exactly is the allegation against you? Which benefits are under investigation? What is the suspected overpayment? What information and evidence does the investigator have in their possession to suspect that you are guilty of a benefit fraud offence? 2, your solicitor will explain everything they have been told by the benefit fraud investigator to you and give you time to think about your account. Your solicitor will crucially advise you on whether you have a defence and whether it is in your interest to talk or not to talk in that interview under caution by arrangement. Really good solicitors have initially worked out different strategies to that interview under caution. Now, in part 3, I explore possible 7 successful benefit fraud defenses to a benefit fraud charge, so please watch that video. 3, in the interview under caution, your solicitor supports you and ensures your rights are protected, that you are not bullied into saying something you do not want to say. And 4, post-interview, your solicitor may be able to press your case for no charges against you, to resolve matters out of court, arguing that prosecution may not be in the public interest, especially if a minor benefit fraud offence is committed. In addition, your solicitor may be able to press your case for a lower overpayment, to address that any underpayment of a benefit to be taken into account in assessing an overpayment of another benefit subject to the interview, and to confirm which benefits will continue and suggest no other benefits should be suspended. Now, in part 2, I explain the secrets of a benefit fraud interview under caution, 10 questions answered. So please watch that video. Finally, I hope you found this video useful. Feel free to comment, subscribe, follow, like, and share. And thank you for watching.